Hey everyone. So this is a little bit about an experience that I had last night, a feeling that I had this morning, and now the practice that I'm trying to embody right now, which is towards being satisfied with what I have. If I'm focused on my ambitions and not present in what I have around me, I can miss what is happening right here. It can be easier for me to write about a lesson that I've learned or a lesson that I've heard. It's much more challenging to put it into daily practice. So I wanted to talk a little bit about something that's happening to me right now that is challenging me to put something into daily practice that I believe. Huge thanks to Salima and Grant from Innovazing and Mavasive Leadership Institute for inviting me to this. I want to say a huge thank you to Men Impact Change, a nonprofit that focuses on developing positive masculinity and helping provide mentorship for young men to grow into positive role models in and of themselves. It was awesome. I had an incredible experience, got a ton of really interesting perspective, and I left inspired. There were honorees that were incredible, 18 to 23-year-olds that have started their own businesses, that are speakers, that are authors already, business leaders, community leaders.
It's important to be mindful of the words that come out of our mouths because those things do manifest. And those thoughts and those feelings do become physical things. And so you talked about the definition of legacy being something that's tangible. I think that lessons are also tangible, and they exist, and they will exist far after we're gone.
Can we all agree that a degree doesn't determine success? It's what you do with a degree that determines whether you'll be successful or not. A lot of millennials are not reaching out to those who have hiring power and those who are business leaders and asking them, this is what I have. How do you see me fitting into the marketplace? This is what I went to school for. What do you see me doing with this in the future? The minute we start asking that question, that's when we're beginning to build legacy. We're bridging the gap between generations. We're creating a community that is built on the success of each other and not the success of an individual.
But I got so immersed in the experience while I was there that I didn't really record any interviews. So I woke up this morning with this feeling in my chest that was kind of like, it pained me kind of. I feel like I left a lot there. I can't recreate that experience last night. In previous practices in my life, given that gnawing feeling, I very likely would have made self-destructive choices. Things that would help me tune out immediately, help me kind of dull that feeling, help me numb that feeling. But I'm not in the practice of doing that anymore. So this morning I was kind of left with a choice that I had to make, I had to do something with that energy. I made the choice to go run, and then I made this post. The result is I feel so much better. So those were two avenues that I chose to direct that energy into today, which is something relatively new that I'm practicing. I've been thinking about satisfaction a lot. There's somebody I respect quite a bit that told me, if you're not satisfied with what you have right now, it's not going to change for the better. It's easy for me to tell myself, be satisfied. But it was interesting today to be faced with the challenge of, I'm not satisfied with something that happened. So how do I make myself satisfied? My attempt was to choose satisfaction over dissatisfaction, or to transform my dissatisfaction into ways that I can be satisfied. Now the work continues, the life work. Consistently making that choice in the moments when those feelings start to arise, rather than constantly trying to take a step back and beating myself up. And all that does is keep me stuck in the past. So in that moment, I can make a positive choice that will change how I feel about that experience. And it changes how I feel right now. And the more that I practice making that positive choice when those negative thoughts try to arise, I think that helps me let go, and I'll be satisfied with that experience. And that will be a result of practice over time. It happens daily. It happens momentarily. If I want to feel free of whatever that gnawing feeling is of missing out on something, if I want to be free of that, I have to let it go. And it's essential for me to embrace the stuff that I need to work on. I think it's kind of an art to work on being aware of the degree to which things can be helpful and beneficial for me to focus on, and knowing kind of the line where they start to get destructive to myself or limiting. I try to remind myself, this is practice. If I want to feel free, then I have to let go. I got to tell myself that. If you want to be free, you have to let go. And I feel completely different right now. I feel more inspired and connected. This has been very helpful for me to express. Thank you for watching. If you can relate in any way, if any of this resonates with you, I'd love to hear anything that you have to say. Or if you want to have a conversation around this, I really enjoy connecting. So please, down in the comments, get in touch.